Hello and welcome again to Ultimate General, the Civil War. We're playing a Confederate Let's Play and this is Fiasco. Let's go ahead and jump into the stream. We just got done with the Battle of Cross Keys and we're preparing for the Battle of Gaines's Mill. So this is the army at the end of Cross Keys and we're going to figure out where we're going to want to put. So I need to think about stats, and ultimately I'd like to get Army Org up to 10 so that I can have as many units as possible. I'm checking on the armory for how many sniper weapons and stuff that I have access to, because the army is going to have to flex up quite a bit. And we're selling some of the weapons we're not going to use. I'm not a fan of the cut-off shotgun, and I don't like the Cook & Brothers musket either. And 46 howitzers seems a bit excessive. Let's trim that number a little bit. That leaves us with a little over 30 howitzers, which is still a reasonable number if I need to stand up emergency artillery. And we're going to leave all the infantry muskets. The Confederate Let's Play, you're going to run through the issue where infantry weapons ends up being the thing that holds you back. Let's take a look at Gaines's Mill. This is our ultimate objective. We need to scale up to 2 fieldable corps with a maximum 55 units. Now, I don't think we're going to get there, but the idea is to get as big as is feasible with the Confederacy. Now, in the immediate next term, or short term, we should take a look at the enemy army numbers. They're currently hanging out at 43 to 48,000. And that's the resource that we're really trying to watch in the course of this Let's Play. We're trying to inflict heavy casualties. Let's take a look at Port Republic. This is the battle we're heading towards. I can bring 9 units, and essentially I need to take a copse of trees, which is where that blue check mark is right now, and hold it. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a corps for 9 units. So currently we've got 10. We've got to get rid of 1. And as much as I love the sniper skirmishers, first sharpshooters is probably going to be what I feel like in this particular battle is my weak link. Let's just go ahead and throw an officer in there and dump them into the holding corps. So this is our 9, and we're going to go ahead and fill this out before jumping into Port Republic. I'm taking a look here at what we need to do and how many of them there are going to be. So right now there's a little under 12,000 Federals. That number is probably going to move up as we add numbers to our army. So, right, I just spent a point in Army Org. So some of the, I guess we'll call them the elite units, the ones with rifles, they're not going to be full size. I simply don't have enough weapons to arm them. Here's the second tier of perks. I don't like assault course. I don't like anything that involves melee. I don't like anything that involves morale. We're going to be buffing that with our leaders. But the firearm and, more importantly, the accuracy stat can take even an inferior weapon, like, say, a smoothbore farmer, and turn it into a pretty useful ranged fire weapon implement. So I like 1750 or 1800 for my rifled units. It allows me to give them kind of a nice mix between being able to take a punch in the course of a battle. Oh, we just blew a second perk. Don't want to do that. So anything between, like, say, 1600 and 1800, somewhere in there. It's my general experience that the smaller brigades, 1500 and smaller, they don't have the ability to operate in a firefight for a long period of time. And the 250 people that you get with a, say, jump up to 1750, that's essentially your skirmisher unit. And when, I can get them to, say, 1850 or 1900, I'm happy with that. But it's hard to get the appropriate number of rifles across enough units to do that and have a meaningful fighting force. So I'd rather go into this fight here with 4 rifle-armed units of medium size than, say, 2 or 3. And take a look at putting a new officer in here. Try and see if we can't get Colonel Trabe promoted to general as well. And you're going to see a lot of my units there. They're going to have that endurance and then the marksmanship skill. So we use rookie troops here up until we would lose the perk. And then, okay, we take it back just until it goes away. And then we use veterans to bump up the unit to around 1750. And that can be anything around, a nice round number just because, yeah, I like round numbers. Just make sure we didn't take any losses there. All right, cool. So we're going to move on to the second division now. And you want to put the best generals you can in division command because their buffs trickle down. And if we can level up Fiasco, great. If we can level up Kemper, fine. That sounds great. So division command's great. With the 11th and 9th infantries, they're both 42, Springfield 42 armed units, which means they're smoothbores. They're kind of my... and I'd also forgotten to update the efficiencies. So 2nd infantry jumps to 54, 8th jumps to the 53, and then the howitzers, just absolutely crazy, jump from 50 to 70, which, I mean, we're going to just see these high efficiency artillery units start to just tear stuff up. It's wild. Now, probably 11th and 9th are going to lose efficiency because I've got 13,000 muskets I can throw there and a whole bunch of bodies. And these guys are sort of meant to sort of ram in the front door. They're not a finesse unit, and they're meant to do a lot of the brunt of the heavy lifting in the line of battle. And so I flirt with 2,000 here. I'm pretty sure I go back and bump them up all the way to 2,500. And then the 3rd infantry here is a MJ&G, which is sort of an upgraded Mississippi unit. And this is a weapon that you don't get a whole lot of, so I'm not going to bump them up to a very large size. Basically what I have that I can use for free, and then maybe I'll use reputation to add more or something as the course of the war goes on. And before Gaines's Mill, I'll use reputation, whatever I've earned in the course of these skirmish battles, to pick up maybe some cannons or some officers. We'll see. All right, yeah, so they did take an efficiency hit, but they also gained over 1,000 rookies in the process, so that's not terribly surprising. And like I said, they're not a finesse unit. And then the cavalry and sniper skirmishers actually, and artillery, are probably going to be the only units that I will be buying veterans for. So basically the specialist arms. And I keep on trying to see about upgrading the cavalry to maybe the Enfield 61s with the cavalry carbine. It's very accurate and has a nice range out to, I think, 300, which is kind of like most of the muskets in the game, but ultimately not. Anyway, that is the camp, and we're going to go ahead and prep for, I think it's for Springfield.